up, YouTube fam? Coming at you live from the kitchen. Nothing too exciting going on except I am about to make a killer dessert. So we have something going on tomorrow and I was like, okay, I can make something lame or I can make something that I know everyone is going to love, and best part, it's gluten-free. And the recipe isn't mine, it is Pioneer Woman's Blackberry Cobbler recipe. I changed a few things, but I wanted to share it with you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, my favorite thing about this recipe is it literally only takes 5 ingredients. So I'm going to just kind of walk you guys through the stuff that I've already prepared and let you know how much of each ingredient that I use. So here the recipe calls for 2 cups of blackberries, but I actually just use 12 ounces, so normally you should use 16 ounces. You can use frozen or fresh. I choose to use fresh, and these are already clean, ready to go. I have 1 cup of sugar here. The recipe does call for 1 1/4 cup, but the 1/4 goes on last, so I didn't put it into this bowl. I have a cup of milk right here. Me and my husband, we drink 1% milk. I'm pretty sure any milk would work, so if you are dairy-free, I think that you could easily substitute dairy-free milk to replace the milk. I have a stick of butter here. It is melted. You're supposed to melt it. And yeah, that's all ready to go. And then I have a cup of flour here. So again, the recipe calls for normal flour. I'm someone, I love substituting. I love changing things up. And because I can't eat real flour, or what, I'm not eating flour by itself, but because I can't cook with normal flour, this is the gluten-free flour that I get. I absolutely love it. I feel like it's easy to replace any meal with and it still tastes good, but it's also affordable. I'm starting to learn that flour can be expensive, gluten-free flour anyways. Like, from going to pay, like, you used to pay the smallest amount for flour, and now I'm looking at paying like $10 for a small bag. Sometimes it's even more than that for an even smaller bag. So yeah, these are the ingredients I've prepared, and yeah, so let's get cooking. So now that we have all of our ingredients prepared, let's go ahead and start mixing them. So I'm actually going to use my KitchenAid back here. You can mix it by hand if you want. I just like having my KitchenAid available, so that's what I choose to use. And let's see. We're gonna do the sugar first. And then we're gonna do the flour. And since those are our dry ingredients, we're gonna go ahead and mix that. So while that's mixing, we're gonna slowly add in our milk to the dish, or to the mixer, not the dish. So we're gonna let that keep mixing. And then lastly, we're gonna add our melted butter to the mixing bowl. You wanna make sure it gets mixed really, really well. And what I normally like to do is when it's finished, I just go ahead and stir it some more, make sure it's good and mix really well. And just to let you guys know, I don't know if I already mentioned this, but this recipe isn't normally gluten-free. It's Pioneer's recipe for Blackberry Cobbler, and I kind of put my own twist on it. So what I do is I just substitute the flour for what the recipe normally calls for, and it seems to work out well. I've only had people say great things about this recipe, and sometimes people can't even tell that it's gluten-free, which is also a bonus. Alright, so now that we got this all mixed, I'm going to go ahead and add it to our dish. Again, already buttered. Alright, now comes the fun part where we take our blackberries that we have and we go ahead and just start sticking them into the batter. Some people probably like to mix it in, which I think, like, mix it in while you're mixing it. Probably not. I wouldn't use your mixer doing that. But if you take your spatula and mix blackberries into the actual batter, you can do that. But I like just putting them on top. I feel like they stay more like full and intact rather than falling apart because you're mixing them into the dish. Okay, so next I am going to add the 1/4 cup of sugar. So that seems like a lot of sugar. When I first made this, I was like, oh my gosh, there is no way that this little dish is going to take 1/4 cup of sugar. It does, and don't slight the dish at all, any sugar, because it's so worth putting the 1/4 cup of sugar on it. I'm telling you, it is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Not joking. So we're gonna hop it in the oven. We're gonna pop it in the oven. All right, guys, so it's going in the oven officially. And again, look how yummy, and it needs to cook for 1 hour. Timer just went off. It's been in the oven for an hour. Oh my goodness, do you see how good that looks? Okay, I am so excited for this. Look how delicious. Alright guys, that was such a blast. I can't wait to bake with you guys some more. I hope you really enjoyed this video today, and I hope that you are able to make this recipe and enjoy it just as much as we do here at my home. And if you have any questions, please ask. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe down below. And I will also link the Pioneer Woman's recipe to the Blackberry Cobbler I also wanted to apologize. Some of the video I got today, my head's chopped off. There's nothing I can do, unfortunately. I already videoed, but hang with me. It'll get better as we go and I kind of get used to things and get the hang of this. But I'm so excited for what's ahead, and I'm just glad that you guys have chosen to come along with me. All right, guys. Thanks.